I was in high school, I grew up in a small area that I did a couple photo shoots. I found a little local agent that got me some opportunities, like some fashion shows, mall ads, little stuff that made a couple dollars here and there. But by doing photo shoots and doing some of those things, I said to myself, I really like this. This is a lot of fun. This is a fun little hobby to complement the sports and academics that I was in. But then I went to College of Charleston. I went to college and I decided that, man, I want to find some more opportunities in this business due to the fact that I didn't have a whole lot of money. I wanted to have a little side job, so I met a local agent that helped me get a couple more little things here and there, booked a couple print ads, made a few $100s, a couple $1,000s here and there, but it wasn't a whole lot. But I said to myself, how do I get in this business? I know that's something you guys are saying, and it took me many, many years, but I'm gonna give you again a little more of my story and how we could jumpstart that process. But I went to a model and talent event. I met a whole lot of agents, and I met one agent in particular that really liked me. And she introduced me to some really great people. They signed me to a contract, and I said to myself, man, this is something that I might really want to pursue. So I went to my parents and said, hey, Mom and Dad, I want to get into this business. She offered me an opportunity to move out to Chicago, but I'm in school. Can I take a little break from school? Can I do this part-time? And they said, no, if you take this opportunity, you're on your own. So I said, oh man, I'm a good student. I don't want to lose out on my college educations, but I took a leap of faith and I said, I'm going to do it. So I moved out to Chicago with the help of my first agent, and I didn't have a whole lot of money. I was waiting tables. I had a couple little local jobs, so I had a couple $1,000s in my pocket, and I let the agent know that, and that's all I had. And she said, hey, we'll front you a little bit of money. We'll front your lodging. And I was like, lodging? Where the heck am I going to stay? Well, they hooked me up with these model apartments, they call it, and I met other people like myself that are breaking into the business. My first roommates were people getting into modeling and acting and from all over the US and world, and they were just like me. They wanted to develop their portfolio, they wanted to book jobs, and I was like, wow, I finally found my people that really like to do what I like to do. And I think I had a room with maybe like 3 people in my room. We call it models apartments. The guys are on the top floor, the girls on the bottom floor, and some of my roommates end up doing some really great things like me. I remember down the floor was Ashton Kutcher. This is pre-70s show things. I had other roommates that you'd be recognizable and tons of other things, but I would rent a car every once in a while. I'd go from Chicago to Milwaukee, book jobs like Kohl's and all sorts of print ads, tried out for commercials, did all sorts of castings. Every single day they kept me busy. And I booked a few things here and there, but I was wondering why I wasn't booking quite the caliber of stuff other people that have been in the business a long time were. So I chatted with my agent, and she said, you need to build up your portfolio. You need to compete with all those other people by maybe venturing out to some other markets. So she had my portfolio forwarded over to Europe. Within a few weeks of that conversation with her, she had me moving in to Milan, into another model's apartment. I started competing against even higher fashion models and even higher caliber people. But my agent, Joy Milan, really believed in me, and I was doing pretty darn well, pretty darn quick. But unfortunately, I was so far away from home, and I was calling every once in a while to my parents and saying, hey, I'm really enjoying this, but I miss home. I promise I'm going to come back to school eventually. But I started to run out of money, because in modeling, sometimes you get paid every 30 days. So I took up a little side hobby, which I was encouraged to do. So I started shooting fashion photography as some of my friends, making a couple bucks. But then once my job started to pay, I invested into other avenues like building up my portfolio, travel, and then I got introduced to another agent. So I moved to Munich, Germany, and things started to click there. I started to book a job almost every single day. I was busy, and I started from my other agencies. They would direct book me to go back and forth. And then it was about Christmas time. I did miss Oktoberfest. I was in Milan during that time. As you know, that's a pretty cool festival. But then I moved to Vienna. Then it was just fabulous. I mean, I was saying to myself, wow, I'm in the height of my career. I'm booking work, I'm making money, and I'm meeting some really awesome connections. So then I went back to the United States, modeled a bit in New York, modeled in Miami, Los Angeles, floated around to some other secondary markets like Chicago, Atlanta, North Carolina. Started booking some fun stuff here and there, but I realized with all these connections, what can I do? And by thinking of all the stuff that I've learned and all the connections I have, I decided to start a modeling and talent agency right in Charleston, South Carolina with a business partner. And we started repping new talent getting into the business. It was just fun to see people like me that were in that little local area that wanted to break in the business. I was able to introduce them to some of my connections. I was able to book them for some local work, and developed a really cool business. But then I started to think a little bit later, after doing that for a few years, which I also was going back to school at the time. I really wanted to get my degree from the College of Charleston, which I did. They gave me a leave of absence here and there when I would travel every few months to book a few jobs, but then come back, work at the business. But I realized that there's even something out there that's even bigger than just a local market. And that's working in the primary markets like I worked in when I was in the business. So I started by taking my small little group of talent that I represented in that local area to other markets. So I would take a big old bus, bring them to Miami, bring them to New York, bring them to Los Angeles, introduce them to agents and clients, and it worked. Started to get some of those local talent to those bigger agencies. They started getting success stories. They started booking work, and expanding their horizons to the bigger markets from a local market. And then in about 2006, I had a bright idea of trying to make this happen even quicker for the talent. By doing that, I thought of bringing all the agents to one place. That was kind of a risk. It was a pretty big investment to bring all these top agents from all over the country, rent a venue, try to pay their stipends to be there, hire lighting and sound crews to show them on the best light, and it worked. The agents were so excited to come. These are not just agents, they're casting directors, they're modeling talent, singing, dancing, all sorts of people that are industry professionals that saw the talent, and then they started grabbing the talent even easier. In retrospect, wish I did this sooner, because the odds were even more and more in their favor, because they saw such a wide niche of talent and the talent to find those agents. I've always been super selective with the talent that I bring. There's only a certain amount of time that you could devote to each person, so we want to make sure we have the absolute best talent from all different avenues. Back when I started bringing talent in the early 2000s, the models and actors and performers looked way different than they do now. They were more of a strategic build, they were more of strategic heights, and it's so different. There are so many different avenues that anyone can get into the business, because it's not as particular on shape, sizes, and ages. That's why we work with all ages. We work from kids all the way through seniors. We work with plus size models, petite size models, fashion, commercial, happy, smiling. It just keeps on going. We work with talent that start in modeling, get into acting, or dancers that have been performing and they make great models, or actors or singers. So it's just neat how this business is involved, and able to get those talent to us so quickly, get a little bit of development. Being on your own in the business, you might seem very scared or shy or not sure you have what it takes or the right support group. Your agents are so busy, they make a commission when you work. We don't make a commission, so we're here to help you guys before, during, and after. If you have any silly questions about the business or need some support or us to look at contracts or to help you with your look or development, and you meet people that are performing like you guys. Ton of the talent that we meet and introduce to agents and scouts, they meet friends in the business. They may not have had a lot of friends in their area, or they may be a little different or like the entertainment arts and they don't have friends that do that. You might see one of these people you meet at their Discovery Spotlight with an agency you sign with. You might see them on set. You might see them on the big screen. You might see them at local jobs. You might see them on magazines, covers, leading roles in movies. You never know. And as you know, through social media, it's so much easier to stay in touch with these people now. When I was in the business, I had a little Rolodex. My Rolodex, I wrote the name and phone number of all the people I met. I always tell you guys, keep track of all the people you met. The agents, the casting directors, the photographers, and stay in touch with them. Just by giving them that extra effort that you care, you appreciate them, you love the job you booked, you love the clothes, you love the wardrobe, you enjoyed being with them, and personality just will come out and they will recognize you for that. But again, our story is just like many other stories starting out. I wanted to be in the business. I wasn't sure how to get in the business. I had a little bit of a taste test of the business, but I didn't quite know how to break in to be a top model or a top talent. We could jumpstart those steps for you. We could get you surrounded by the right people, and we only bring in the talent and that we think are the right fit. We only bring the scouts that are the right fit for our talent. And these scouts continue to book the talent. They continue to stay in touch with us about your successes. We follow up with our talent that are doing well, the ones that are booking jobs, the ones that are signing with other agencies, and we use you guys as success stories to model our company. We don't make a commission again when you work, but when you do, we do well. So we use you as bring in the next group of people to show you that our system does work. It's fun, exciting. There are tens of thousands to 100,000 to $1 million jobs you can book by being a professional talent. What is a professional talent? A professional talent is a person that makes top money for their craft. And there's a big difference between a talent that makes a top dollar and a talent that is an extra role in a film. And we only bring in the scouts and agents that could change your career and book you top jobs, top projects, associate you with the right people. First of all, leading up to the event, we have many different options. We have options to attend our online training sessions. We have options to be networked with some of our agents and scouts via Zoom training sessions, online introductions. We teach you how to showcase your personality. We teach you how to develop your talent, how to prepare for the National Expo. So when you do go, you're one step up than your competition. People that just jump into this business without knowing what to do are going to miss a lot. Well, our ideal person that we work with is a person that has been trying to break into the business a little bit, may have done a photo shoot, may have been in a school play, may have singing experience, may have been in dance competitions, may have said to their parents, man, I want to be on TV one day, or I love the entertainment arts. And that's exactly the kind of people we're looking for. People that we can show raw talent to, develop, and showcase to the right agents and scouts. And that's a little bit of what we do. We want to have the people that really want it. We don't want the people that are just there just to say, hey, I just want to make money. You don't get it then. We want you to love the business, and the clients can see that you love the business in your eyes and your performances if it's something you want to do. The top actors we work with and the top models and performers, they never talk about money, even though you can look up that they're making thousands and millions of dollars. And some, you'll see a lot of our success stories on our sites, talent that are doing really well, but they always talk about how much fun it is. And this is a fun business. It's rewarding, it's remarkable, and you could set yourself up for generations. Many of you guys are from middle or lower middle class families like I was growing up, and you could set your family off to generation with the amount of money that you can make in this business. You don't just get paid once in this business. When you book a job and it keeps airing on all these different networks, it could be Netflix, Amazon, the movie theaters, there's so many different avenues where you get personal paychecks. And every time it airs, guess what? You get paid. If you didn't have a top agent, you're not going to get paid much. It'd probably be a one-time shot. So we are only connecting you with agents that are professional, that know what they're doing, the ones that will make sure they're fight in your corner when projects run up. So they make sure you're getting residuals, they make sure you're getting top dollar, and they make sure they're networking you with the right people. So those are the kind of people we're looking for. People that are raw talented models, actors, singers, dancers, all shapes and sizes, all talent levels with some personality, and ones that are coachable, ones that can be trained, ones that love the business. You can see in my eyes, I just love the business. I just get so much pride in seeing the talent since 2006 that have been in our events, that send us testimonials, that send us all these job tears they're booking, all these wonderful things that they're doing. You could text us, you can call us, you could email us. We stay in touch with our contestants via online training sessions. We do different forums here and there. We have events yearly. We have other things that happen online. So you could be anywhere in the world, anywhere in the US, and attend one of our national expos. Talk something negative. People say that you can't make it from a little area. You can. When I was in the business, I had to travel to those big markets for photo shoots. I had to travel to those big markets to meet those agents, but everything is done online now. You have to be a pro at putting yourself on film. And we're going to explain that a little bit, and we're going to train you guys how to put yourself on film. We're going to teach you how to interview. We're going to teach you what to say and especially what not to say. We're going to teach you about lighting. We're going to teach you about a lot of the tips that I didn't know getting into the business that I've developed over the year. A lot of our other talent meet spouses, they meet best friends, they meet all sorts of people that will benefit you. So it's not just being on the talent side. A lot of people start in the model actor talent field and they get into other avenues of the business, kind of like how I did. So getting to know a craft is so important. There is so much you could learn, there's so much you could feel from the business, and so much more stuff you can adapt to do. COVID actually made our business even better. It allowed us to be one of the pioneers in the business in which we didn't just do in-person events, we introduced virtual events. You don't have to attend just in person now, you could attend virtually. We teach you how to put yourself on film, we teach you how to develop that personalization to know that the agents are going to see you, they're going to meet you on Zoom sessions or different avenues which you're going to meet them one-on-one, how to follow up with them, and we make sure those agents follow up with you. One of our slogans is discovery starts within. It really does. You have to believe in yourself, you have to believe in your talent, you have to believe in your craft, you have to believe that you could separate yourself from all the other people trying out for each job. No, you're not going to book every job. Not every top model or actor, even the ones that are making millions of dollars every day. They're competing against prime people. They're competing against people that are amazing just like themselves, but the client is going to choose the person that is going to make them the most money. So you want to separate yourself from that person, but when you audition, you know you took some risks. You stepped outside of the box and you gave it your all, and that's all you need to do. And I promise if you do that, if you see the right agents, sign with the right agents, auditioning, and doing the best you can, I promise you will book work. And that is our little method for building up your self-esteem, building up your confidence, and just knowing that you are the man or the woman or the whatever you want to be. You could be anybody when you audition for a role. You could be that happy-go-lucky person even though you're a shy person. I see actors every day that are the most introverted people, but when they pop on film, they get into that character and they completely are a different person. And that's practice. That's knowing how to adapt to the role and doing your homework for each role. Even models, you have to show that confidence in your eyes, your posture, in your poise. And when you audition, you know you're going to get the job. You feel like you're going to do it, and then let your agents do the work afterwards. They're going to let you know if you booked or didn't book, and they're going to follow up with you with some feedback. The great thing about the agents we work with and the scouts, they're very personalized. They work with the talent, not just submitting them, but they're going to help you improve and improve your craft. They're going to introduce you to their friends in the business and their contacts, from coaches to training to all sorts of stuff that they know from their experience, what has helped. Man, there's endless opportunities.